Hey guys, this is Brian with Gamechurch. We are here at PAX 2010 in Seattle, Washington. We're here at the Valve booth, and we're going to check out Portal 2. It's coming out next year. It's the game that everybody's talking about. And we're talking with Doug Lombardi, who's one of the developers of the game. One of the great things about the first game was that it was nobody had ever seen anything like it before. With Portal 2, how is it going to raise the bar? What are some of the new features with the game?
Well, I think with the first game, we intentionally sort of made it a little bit of a test project and kept the scope of it really, really short, really intentional in sort of teaching the play dynamic and not really going too deep into the story and too deep into the world and introducing a ton of characters so that people could stay focused on that play mechanic and really get it. Now that folks have sort of learned how to think with portals, if you will, we're not only going to expand the puzzles and the type of puzzles with things like the gels and what have you, but also expand on the story, the amount of characters in the world, the amount of exploration you're doing in the world. So it's really sort of, if you think of Portal 1 as sort of like a demo tape, if you will, Portal 2 is sort of going to be the full album.
So with the second game, how do we find ourselves back at Aperture Science? Are we playing as a different character or what?
No, you're still as Chell, and you sort of, at the end of the first game, you were left sort of almost out of her clutches, and you were sort of dragged back into Aperture. And you've been sort of in this sleep state for many lifetimes since then. And Wheatley, actually, the personality spear that we've been shown in some of the demos, wakes you up, and that's sort of the beginning of the game. And then you're sort of trying to escape Aperture once again, this time with Wheatley and other friends along the way.
Is GLaDOS more pissed off than ever?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, wouldn't you be?
I definitely would be. So, from what I've seen from the demos and the trailers, it looks like there's been a significant graphic upgrade. How do some of those elements, some of the debris and all the craziness that's kind of going on in this destroyed science factory, how does that play into the gameplay?
Well, with each game that we've built, I mean, Source was built for us to constantly modulate it as we move forward and sort of adapt things for each game that went forward. So for like Team Fortress 2, for example, there was a lot done to the rendering to get that cartoon art style in place. For Left 4 Dead, there was a ton of work on the AI and the performance to get all those hordes of zombies going and whatnot. So for Portal 2, a lot of that stuff, again, is being driven by gameplay. The gels, bring in a whole new bit of dynamic with physics and rendering that's going on there. And then there's also stuff like the lighting and whatnot, because we wanted to take you into some deeper, darker places of Aperture, and we're using Wheatley to sort of be your flashlight, if you will. So there's new dynamic lighting that's going on, and all those things are being driven either by things that need to happen for pure gameplay or things that are going to happen as part of the exploration and the adventuring that we want you to do in the game.
Excellent. I only have one more question, and that is, will there be cake?
You'll have to wait and see on February 9th.
Well, I sure hope there's cake. We're going to check out the rest of the convention, and we'll see you later.
These next tests require cooperation. Consequently, they have never been solved by a human. That's where you come in. You don't know pride. You don't know fear. You don't know anything. You'll be perfect. Test chamber completed. Continue testing. Continue testing. Continue testing. The two of you have forged an excellent partnership. Now it's time for your real purpose. Don't disappoint me. Or I'll make you wish you could die.
You guys getting hungry?
Seriously already?
Yeah.
Really? Whatever. Hey, I just remembered. My car is really low on gas.